What's going on, everybody? Sparks Comics here, breaking down this upcoming new comic book day with a top 10 picks for new comic book day for July 7th, 2021. It's a big one. It's more than 20 books, I think, that I'm getting this week. So I'm just going to tell you guys my top 10. There's a lot, though, that I'm really looking forward to this week. So sorry that I can't highlight everything, but going to just break down a couple of them for you. So stay tuned for that. First of all, go ahead and you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. Really appreciate everyone who has been subscribing and interacting and following along. We really appreciate the support. We're getting close to 700 subscribers, and then we'll be on to 750, where we'll be doing some giveaways. So be on the lookout for that, and share this video, share the channel, get more people subscribed to the channel. That'll get us to that giveaway quicker. But yeah, let's roll the intro. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get into this. I'm going to start with a runner-up for this, and the reason being is I got this book already in the Scout Comics subscription box, so it's hard to say that it's a pick for a new comic book day because I have gotten to look at it and check it out, and that is Tales Told in Techno Horror, not Technicolor, Techno Horror, Season 1. There's, I think, there's 4 or 5 cool little mini stories in here, all horror stories, and it's great. I really enjoyed this. I just checked it out, but it comes out from previews. It should be in shops this week on July 7th. So I just wanted to throw that out there as a kind of runner-up to all of this. But starting with number 10, and I'm going to probably put it over here, maybe over here, but probably over here. You'll see the cover. Rabid World issue number 204 from Scout Comics. This one by Todd Sinani and Oleg Okunev. Deep in the underground bioweapons base, a team of scientists desperately try to discover the origin of the virus ravaging the world. The hordes of infected cannot be contained, and cities have fallen. Meanwhile, the crew of the Gibberish embark on a harrowing sail south to escape the Chesapeake Bay. So this is a zombie story that seems to be like nothing else I've seen before in origins of the virus that seems to be causing this zombie-like state. But definitely one I am looking forward to getting to issue number 2. It's been, you know, the usual 2 months since the last issue, so it's time to get that issue number 2 in. Moving on from Aftershock Comics, in the number 9 spot, I have Clans of Bellari, issue number 1. This one by Rob Blackie and Peter Blackie, with art by Daniel Main and a cover by Andy Clark. The primary laws of the Bellari system is no person or clan may exit the system. No person or clan may do the designated work of another clan. Clans may not merge, and any person that breaks the primary laws shall be made outcast. On the far side of the galaxy, an isolated branch of humanity is trapped in a feudal dystopia. Order is maintained by a system of oppression until an orphan girl and her incorrigible adoptive father sow the seeds of a revolution and unite the clans against a fearsome alien threat. This just seems like a really cool sci-fi adventure. And I'm very much thinking this is going to be a really great one to get in on and read. I'm assuming it's usually Aftershock will do 5 issues per story arc, that kind of thing. So we might see 5 issues of this. It seems like this could be something that they could do longer than that, though. So we'll see what happens with this one, but it looks like a cool sci-fi epic that Aftershock's bringing out. So that was number 9 on my list for New Comic Book Day, July 7th. Moving on, we've got from Boom Studios, Wind number 8, James Tynion, Michael Dailinus. It's just I love Wind. It's an amazing, fantastical story. But the really cool thing is that this story brings so much representation into comics in terms of the LGBT community, and it doesn't feel forced. It feels natural. It feels like this is who these characters are. And so what they've been crafting with this story is just incredible. The things have just hit the fan in this story too, and so Wind is on the run, trying to make it to his destination with his friends that he's made, his lifelong friend that's been with him, but also some new friends that they've made along the way in this journey, including Thorn, who Wind totally has a crush on, but lots of other new characters that we've been coming across in these last couple issues in this new story arc, and I've just been loving where this is going, and the art is just incredible. So that is my number 8 pick. You know, I'm saying such good things about number 8. Like, this is such a good week for new comics. So moving into the number 7 pick, I have Carmen, issue number 5 of 5, the end of the story. Guillaume March writing and illustrating this one, and it is just such a beautiful and important story. There's lots of sadness in this story, but it's important. It is very important topics that they talk about here, including suicide and maybe even just not realizing how important you are to other people around you. And it's just been, every time I read it, it hits you. You really feel this comic with each issue, and I can't wait to see how it ends, and I'm sad that it's ending. But Carmen number 5, Image Comics, Guillaume March is number 7 on my list this week. Coming in at number 6 this week, we've got Basilisk, issue number 2 from Boom Studios. This one written by Colin Bunn, art by Jonas Scharf. Is redemption possible if it is coerced? Forced to confront the horrors of her past, Reagan hits the road with Hannah, a victim from her past, who has her own set of secrets. Meanwhile, the other 4 remaining members of the Chimera find themselves tired of hiding from the world and move to reignite their reign of terror and death. So, issue 1 really brought this world into being, and seeing everything in the world, but not seeing. I mean, we saw like 1/5 of the Chimera, so we don't know what these other ones are capable of. All we know is that Reagan is trying to redeem herself somewhat, at least trying not to be who she was that caused the harm in the past, and I'm ready to see where this story goes. It doesn't say that it's only a 5-issue thing. I thought it did before, but I hope we get a lot of this story, and I hope we get to see more and more of this world, how these characters got these powers. It's really, really interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. There is a cover B by Martin Simmons that is absolutely fantastic, and I'm ready for this one this week. So moving on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issue pick number 5 for this week. From Image Comics, we've got Ordinary Gods, issue number 1. This one by Kyle Higgins, who is writing Radiant Black. We've got art by Felipe Watanabe. Lots of different covers for this one. It looks like there's a lot of people doing one cover. I don't think so. It says cover art is Dave Johnson, Nicola Scott, Declan Shalvey, Rod Reese, and Tulo Lotte, Dan Panosian, and Matt Wilson. I can't imagine all of them are on this cover, but I am, it looks like it's wraparound, and each of the gods look a little bit different. So it's possible, yeah. I might have all of them drawing one of them on the cover, which is a unique take to cover art. Awesome. Um, but yeah, so they're saying for fans of Old Guard and God Country, we got an extra length first issue of a century spanning action epic from the writer Kyle Higgins and artist Felipe Watanabe. The Luminary, the Prodigy, the Brute, the Trickster, the Innovator, 5 gods from the realm beyond our own, leaders in the War of Immortals. At least they were before they were trapped, sent to a planet, made into a prison, forced into an endless cycle of human death and reincarnation. Christopher is 22. He's got 2 loving parents and a 12-year-old sister. He works at a paint store. He's in therapy. He's one of the 5. Which means, in order to save everyone he cares about, Christopher will have to reconnect with the past lives and do the unthinkable, become a god again. This just sounds so cool, such a unique story for the, looking at gods. There's a lot of stories that try to do that, and this one sounds like a really cool, new, fresh take on it. So, new series, starting from Image. We've got some series ending. We've got Carmen ending from Image. So it's good to see that that cycle there, right? Between starting and ending with different comics. This past week I had several that I think 3 that ended, and then we had some that started. So really cool. We always got this cycle of new, fresh stories coming out. But one that I'm excited is still ongoing and hopefully will be long running is coming in at number 4 on the list, and that is Space Bastards number 7. We have a giant-sized Manny Spectacular that's putting the man in Manny-corns. Character so big, so bold, so horny that one story couldn't contain him. The Manicorn takes center stage in 2 twisted tales drawn by artistic heavyweights Simon Bisley and Clint Langley. Witness how Manny made his living before joining the IPS and what he's already survived just to be able to deliver packages throughout the galaxy. If you thought Davy Proton was in trouble before, you ain't seen nothing yet. And remember, nobody beats the Manicorn. That's right. Clint Langley and Simon Bisley doing art on this one. This story hasn't been in the hardcovers. It has not been anywhere yet. So it's a brand new story coming from Space Bastards, and I'm super excited for this one. We're gonna have to have Joe Aubrey and Eric Peterson, the writers, come back on the channel and talk about this one afterwards. It's a fun story so far. It's crazy, it's wild, and I'm definitely ready to see the origin of Manicorns. So moving to number 3 on the list, Out of Body, number 2 from Aftershock Comics, Peter Milligan and Inaki Miranda, who is the artist on We Live, which was fantastic. This has just been a great start to the series with issue number 1. But the occult mystery is getting weirder. Dan's experience is a little too near death than he'd like, until he's saved by the psychic called Abby from both the point of no return and a maniac in deep sea diver's suit. The psychic shows Dan how his astral self can enter living people and look at their thoughts and memories, which Dan hopes will help him discover who wants him dead. But before he has to deal with an over affectionate nurse and some shocking news that changes everything. The art has been phenomenal in this, like it was in We Live. The really trippy art that happened in this because his girlfriend or something like that injected some drugs into his system that she thought either was going to maybe let him go peacefully or would just at least give him a fun trip while he's comatose in the hospital. And the phenomenal art during that was just so fun. But this is just really crazy what's going on in the like psychic astral projection, all of that. So I can't wait to see where they go with this next, and that's why it's number 3 on my list for New Comic Book Day this coming week. A new one has made its way to number 2 on the list, and that is God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes, issue number 1 from Black Mask Comics, written by Matteo Pizzolo, art by Anna, I'm going to butcher this, but Wyzix? Sorry. And the cover here by Nen. This is a story that already had a volume 1 from Black Mask. I've gotten to read part of it. I'm going to continue reading it before New Comic Book Day. It's wild. Let's see. The comic that Zach Thompson said pushed me further than I've ever been pushed returns to ratchet up the chaos and roar through the comic market, spitting punk rock fury, thundering into your eyeballs and running roughshod across your brains with its often mind-bending, sometimes horrifying, always clever and devious tale of sci-fi magic, apocalyptic sex, and subversive mind bombs. Like, that's an insane description for a comic, and it fits it. It very much fits it. So that's why it's made its way to number 2 on the list, which is like, how is that not number 1? Because all these comics are good. All these top 10 could be anywhere on the list, I feel like, and even some that didn't make the list should be in this top 10, and there's just too many good books coming out this week. Before we get to my number 1 pick for the week, I just want to show you guys a couple covers that are for sure top picks for me. Just it's not new story, they're reprints, and that is the reprints that are happening for Stray Dogs. So we've got several prints coming out. I think it's for 1 through 4. We've got the 4th printing for issue number 1. We've got the 3rd printing for issue number 2. We've got the 3rd printing for issue number 3. And we've got the 3rd printing for issue number 4. They are all homages to different horror movies, and I just love that they've been doing that. So they're cover picks for me for this week. I'm getting them all, but they're also, I wanted to include new stories as my top 10 or new issues coming out. But how could you do a top 10 for this week without mentioning the Stray Dogs covers? It just had to be done. So pick number 1 for the week for me is Nocterra. Number 5, Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel, just absolutely an incredible story. I've loved every minute of it. As you guys know, I had friend Lewis, Shadow Rabbit Clay Guy, create this awesome statue of Val Riggs from Nocterra, mimicking the cover A, recreating the cover A rather. It's beautiful. The story is amazing. I absolutely loved every minute of it. And we're on issue 5. Full Throttle Dark Part 5 is here. The penultimate issue of Nocterra's blockbuster first arc. Val Sundog Riggs must choose whether to keep her brother Emery safe in the mysterious sanctuary or risk it all against Blacktop Bill and hordes of human shades to find the truth about the darkness once and for all. It's just been building and building and building. We've got this great villain in Blacktop Bill. We've got this incredible world that Scott and Tony have been building, and I'm loving every minute of this story. The pacing is fantastic. The art's fantastic. Everything about this story, I can't say enough about it, is fantastic. And I'm going to be sad that we're probably going to get a break after issue 6. Maybe not, but it tends to, when you finish the story arc in indie world, you get a little bit of a break in between issues. But it's worth it. It's worth it for them to be able to take the time to build up the story again and get that next arc going. And it's such a good series. If you haven't been reading it, go pick it up and read it, or wait for that trade paperback that'll probably be coming in a couple months and check out Nocterra, because that's why it's my number one pick. It's that great. So that is my top 10 picks for New Comic Book Day, July 7th, 2021. Let me know if there's something that you think I missed this week that I should be talking about or reading. There's, like I said, there's over 20 books that I am picking up, so there's more that I couldn't even tell you guys about. But that's the unfortunate thing that happens when it comes to really big New Comic Book Days with lots of good indie reads. So that's where I am for my top 10. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't, please go subscribe to the channel down below. Hit the notification bell and you'll know when new content's dropping. And drop a like on this video. And lastly, let me know, what are you looking forward to this week for New Comic Book Day? I'd love to hear what you guys are going to be picking up and what you think I should be picking up if I didn't talk about it. So thanks for watching. As always, collect what you love. Catch you guys next time.